Okay, so I just got alerted to this piece of news this morning, just as soon as I woke up. Thanks to who is Hungry Mogwai 7342 from YouTube left a comment saying they just removed movies and streaming on Microsoft stores on Xbox. Like WTF, and I was like, what are you talking about? Let me just have a look. So I had a look at it very briefly. There's an IGN article. So without any prior warning, Microsoft has today removed the ability to buy movies and TV content on Xbox consoles and Windows devices. The surprise move was first spotted by fans as Microsoft published a Q&A detailing the changes as they were already going live. Previously purchased film and TV content can still be viewed, and you can still use your Xbox to play media you already own, such as DVDs and Blu-rays. But film and TV fans will no longer be able to add to their digital libraries, won't be able to move content to other services, and no refunds will be given should you want help to rebuild your library elsewhere. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is a bit of a surprise move from Microsoft, I would say, but it's not completely surprising if you look at what they've done in the past. I don't know if you guys remember, they had an e-library that they pulled out a while back. They had Groove Music, which was something that they worked on, kind of like a Apple Music uh, competitor, but it didn't work out. So they pulled the plug on that one. Without, I don't know if that was a surprise, but they have a history of pulling the plug on things that they experiment with in the past, so without much notice. So I don't know if this completely surprising, to be honest. Let's read on. On consoles, the sudden nature of today's store closure is evident by the fact that the Xbox Marketplace still features movies and TV sections. Through these areas of the store are now completely empty. Presumably, these will now be fully removed via a future console update. Yeah, it does seem like they abruptly pulled the plug without prior preparation, which is a bit weird to me. I would say that for sure. Um, but I don't know whether this is because they just had to just go ahead and do it before they had to renew any licenses that for movies or TV shows they had in the store. Maybe that's what caused them to abruptly pull the plug. But then again, that shouldn't come as an abrupt action, because they would have had time to prepare if this was a coming thing. So yeah, it's a bit weird. Microsoft has not given any reason why it has decided to end the sale of movie and TV content, though the rise of streaming subscription services such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus, digital media ownership has been impacted. I mean, this is true for sure. I mean, a lot of us already have these subscription services and we consume entertainment through those mediums, and not so much buying TVs and movies, TV shows and movies anymore. So, and I think, as far as I know, Microsoft movie TV store didn't actually work a lot. I don't think there was a lot of people behind that, buying TV shows and movies from it. From my understanding, at least it wasn't big here in Australia. Um, Let's read on. For those who do still want to own content outright, meanwhile, collectors continue to buy good old physical media, something that might be cumbersome, but come without the worry of requiring internet. Yeah, yeah. In response to within In a response within Microsoft's own Q&A, the company essentially says similar of its decision and now simply points users elsewhere. Yeah, okay. So they're pointing people to go to Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Fandango, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So obviously this was an experiment from Microsoft that they wanted to see, dip their toes in to see whether that they can grow this out to be something that they can make profit out on. essentially it's a big giant corporation just trying to, dip their toes in everything and see where money comes from. That's what this is, right? So obviously this wasn't a money maker for them. A lot of people weren't using this service, so it just didn't make sense for them to keep burying, money, putting budget for this project, in order to renew licenses, whatnot, to keep the content in a available in their store. It's very costly for them if they're not, if users aren't buying enough of their content. So it probably didn't make sense for them to keep going, so they just pulled the plug. And I just don't think they thought that anyone would care or even notice, to be honest. But I think it would be annoying for people who already had bought a lot of stuff through their service, because there would then become a question of having access to that content. But I think they did mention that you can still access them. However, I'm not really sure how this is going to work outside of US. I know they have a movies anywhere, movies everywhere, or something, a service that's complementary to their store, that you can access their purchase content from. But I'm not sure whether that's accessible here. I don't think it is outside of US, so that might be frustrating to people who use their service to buy TV shows and movies. So I guess it just makes sense to not sink money in places that doesn't make money. Essentially, they have a business, so I can understand why they've done it, but I'm not sure why they did it without any prior preparation or notice, which seems a bit weird to me. So we don't have a lot of information here, so I would imagine this this has any connect. I wouldn't think this has any connection to the layoffs, but you never know, right? You never know. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, you can't buy TV shows and movies on Xbox anymore. I mean, are you really going to miss that? Let me know in the comments below, because I don't think anyone would. I'll catch you in the next one.